Hey everyone, I'm Nishagni and welcome to my channel. I am the South Asian Mystic, and you can find amazing content related to spirituality in general and specifically South Asian mysticism over here. So today in this video I decided to do a deck walkthrough. This is actually the second walkthrough I'm posting today. The other one was the Coastal Curiosities. I'll link that up here somewhere so you can go check it out. And yeah, so today I thought I'm gonna do a review of a deck that I recently purchased. In fact, it is my latest acquisition in my collection, and I have lost my heart to it because it is absolutely fabulous. I love this deck, and I have just begun my journey with it, but I know for a fact that it's going to be an absolutely gem of a deck, which is going to give me so much emotional fulfillment and support both physically and spiritually. So yeah, so let's get started. So this deck that I'm talking about is the set of affirmation cards from Human and Delicate. It is our daily dose of delicate, poetic and empowering affirmation cards for healing, self-love and reclaiming your magic. Isn't it absolutely fabulous? So, Human and Delicate is an Instagram. It has a brand or has a presence on Instagram. It is run by creator Destiny, and you can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Etsy, that which is where I purchased this deck from. And Destiny is just like the most darling person in the world. Such a kind-hearted soul. Absolutely love her. It was such a joy working with Destiny when I tried to get this deck to India, because lots of places have had difficulties delivering to India. And so especially now that the UK has moved out of the EU, and there's sort of like a lot of problems shipping from the UK as well. So I understand that she may have had some challenges shipping as well, but Destiny was just a darling about it, and she shipped it to me very quickly. I actually bought two packs of this deck, one for me and one for my sister as a gift for her birthday. And I told Destiny that, okay, you know what, I want it by this date. Is it possible? Because I ordered it pretty late, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna ship it tomorrow, once postals are open, and let's give it a shot. And guess what, the deck came just one day before my sister's birthday, and just in time for me to go and give her this gift of awesomeness, amazingness, total empowerment, affirmation and appreciation. So yeah, thank you so much, Destiny. If you're watching this, you are a fabulous heroine. All right, so let's get into this deck. So I actually, before we get into the deck, I just want to talk to you about a couple of freebies that I got. And I know I got this this is sort of like a mini poster slash business card or something, but isn't this absolutely beautiful? I'm just gonna stick it somewhere. Maybe I'm gonna put it up on my wall, just for me to see, or maybe use it as a bookmark for one of my larger books. This is absolutely beautiful. So I got one of this. And the creator also sent me this gorgeous print, completely complimentary, Decolonize Your Mind, which I absolutely love. Mainly because what I've noticed as an Indian growing up in an environment that is sort of stuck between modernity and the past, that is the colonial past, that is that we are still reeling under colonialism, and the torturous and barbarous treatment and the racial inequities that have been left behind. Just to make this clear, we are a country, India is a country of brown and black people. And incidentally, we are a country of brown and black people who hate brown and black people and who love whiteness, which is why one of our largest industries in India is the fairness industry, where basically skin bleaching and skin whitening agents are, such a important commodity that is sold, such a popular commodity that is sold. You may have heard of this brand called Fair and Lovely, which recently renamed itself into something just as shitty, but in an attempt to sort of nullify their almost century long presence over here in India. Yeah, so anyways, we are a country which is still reeling under colonization, and we are colonized to hate ourselves. And having this print, Decolonize Your Mind, is a reminder every day to me to get rid of those conditionings that the colonizers, not just European colonizers, even colonizers that came in from Persia, from other Asian countries, all the colonizers who came into India, how they've conditioned us to behave in a way that is not according to our traditions, not according to our beliefs, and to decolonize our mind and to reclaim our heritage, reclaim our beliefs. And that's what this print really reminds me of every day. And I am so grateful that she sent this to me. This was completely complimentary. I was never anticipating this, to be honest. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? So yeah, this is one thing that I received. And so now let's just get directly into the deck. So the deck comes in this little tuck box. It's not a bad tuck box, actually, as far as tuck boxes go. I know a lot of people don't really like tuck boxes. I'm myself not a huge fan of tuck boxes, but this was actually not bad, because you know how customs can be. They can be brutal on your deck, on anything that you order. But my box came pretty dent free, so I'm really happy with that. So this is what it looks like in the back. 28 cards, which have been hand designed, hand printed, and hand cut. I've actually seen videos of Destiny, rounding the corners of the cards. It was up on Instagram the other day, and I saw the process behind how she makes the cards. And I think it's really nice, I love getting handmade stuff. I love buying and supporting local artists, or even small artists, from around the world, who hand make their things, because they put in so much love and passion, and literally, the devotion that they give towards their craft is just amazing, which you can't find in, these factory made, mass produced items, and of course these mass produced items do give a benefit of cost, and I have benefited from such products before quite a few times. But there is just something amazing about owning a product that is handmade and hand created with so much love and intention. And so that's what I feel from these cards. So it's essentially a 20-day card, a deck, designed to help you get through the lunar cycle. So for those of you who don't know, the lunar cycle essentially from no moon, that is new moon, to full moon, lasts on a 28-day period. And each of these cards are designed to be used for your reclamation, healing, and transformation throughout this period of from new moon to full moon. Of course, you don't have to use each one, you don't have to pull a card each day, but that's a way that you can actually work with this deck. So it's made by Human and Delicate, and here are her credentials. And just look at how beautiful the artwork is over here. It just feels like, you just feel like, you're in some sort of a celestial, magical space, and you can just like, I kind of imagine jazz tunes in my head when I look at this artwork. It's just really amazing, and I kind of always think that this is me. I'm sure when you get this deck in your hands, you will think this is you. So yeah, this is how the box looks like. And I even got this cute little baggie by Human and Delicate to keep my cards, which I really appreciated, because not all of us like to keep it in the box. I'm personally someone who very rarely keeps decks in a box, unless that the box is so good that I kind of want to keep it in the box. But I prefer to keep mine in these bags because they take up less space, and I can just really store more number of decks in a smaller space, as opposed to if I have a box, which will kind of eat up all the space. So this bag is really nice. It's really good quality, and yeah, it's small enough to fit in your purse or in your cupboard. And then we have before the deck, I wanted to show you this. I'm just gonna lie this down because I don't know if I think I'm gonna, let me just see if I can, yeah. So this is the stand for the card, right? Let me just see if I can put a card over here. So this is one of the blank cards that I received as a protective case for the rest of the cards. So this is how it looks. So you can just prop it up right like this, and keep this little card holder on your table or workspace or your altar, wherever it is that you're planning on using your cards. That's where you can keep it. And I think this is a really beautiful touch. I really like this. Kind of reminds me of this, which hold canvases for painters. It kind of reminds me of that. And as someone who sucks at drawing, I think it's quite nice that I received a holder that is very similar to what painters use. Okay, so now the cards. 28 cards. This is what the back looks like. The same gorgeous printing as on the box. Cardstock is actually really good. I am really impressed. When we think of handmade, a lot of us have this misconception that, oh, it might not be as thick as the factory produced cards. But you know what? This deck, the cardstock is amazing. I don't know if you can see the thickness. I'm assuming it's somewhere close to 350 because it feels really good. And it's got this beautiful finish. I don't know what this finish is. It's just smooth, like smooth, like not buttery exactly, but just really maybe satin type finish. I don't know. I need to check out and find out from the creator what the finish is. This is so good. It just feels like so nice to touch it. It's got a very kinesthetic feel to it. This cardstock. All right. So each of the cards has this I am written over here, and that's mainly because each of the messaging of each of the on or the content of the cards is an affirmation. So when you read the affirmation, you need to remember that it is about you, it is for you, created for you. It encapsulates what you are in reality, as opposed to the conditioning that people have done for you about you. And basically we're all brainwashed in society, right? Especially if you are a woman or a person of any marginalized community, such as a queer community, or the people with disabilities. Racially you are marginalized because of being BIPOC, anything. So if you are a minority member, if you're a marginalized community person, you are brainwashed by the cishet white community into believing that you are less than, into believing that you don't deserve good things happen to you. And that can be so disempowering, and that can be so disenfranchising from your material space, from your community members, from your own belief that you deserve something good. You start to believe and buy into the fact that you don't deserve anything good because you are because you're brown, you're black, because you're disabled, because you're gay, whatever it is. So this deck helps you break down those conditionings, and remind yourself that you deserve amazing things as well. So all right, I've just been talking a lot about this deck, so let me just kind of get started right away. So each of the cards comes in a different color, and there is a gorgeous the affirmation on the card itself, along with this cute little butterfly, which, like I said, I think is me, and for you it may be you. So you can just pull this card, read it out, and just assimilate the messages that are there over here. And each card is of a different affirmation or empowerment message, and they read like poetry. And I love anything poetic because I am a huge bibliophile. I'm rediscovering my love of poetry right now because I've been totally into prose, and I love just the nature of how these affirmations have been written. And there are no numbers on these cards, and what I mean is, like I said, right, so this is supposed to be for the 28-day cycle, but there are no numbers here, so you can actually pull any card you want on any day and you can work with it. So it's not anything like, okay, this has to be pulled on day 1 or this has to be pulled on day 22. So you can pull any card you want. You can either consciously pull a card by reading through and choosing the energy and the affirmation that you want for that day or for that period. Or you can just do a regular card pull where you don't really, they call it blind pulls, right? So you can do that and you can see what message the universe has for you. And again, you know what? Although these colors look very similar, they're not. If you can actually see this, you can see how different this is. So this is like a lighter pink, this is like a purple. So none of the colors are actually the same. They're all slightly different shades of the same. There are certain core colors that are used, but then there are others are all like, different shades of the same color. So, yeah. I really enjoy using these cards for not my altar space. I don't keep this on my altar. I have actually kept this on my work table, because this work table is essentially where I don't just do my work as in my professional work as a content creator for countries around the world, different brands. But I also do a lot of my planning for my videos and for my Instagram posts, studies in terms of what content I need to create. So, for example, if I'm doing a content on, like for example, when I did if you watch my video on South Asian folk magic, I did a lot of the note taking over here. So for me, this table is my workspace is very sacred in terms of giving me that creative boost. That this is my creative sphere, as I like to call it. So I've actually kept these cards over here on my work table, because when I look at this is the space where I not only feel empowered, but it's also the place where I also feel, like where I start to doubt myself, where I may start wondering, if I am good at what I do, if people are finding any value in what I'm creating, or if I'm just wasting everyone's time or wasting my own time. You know how it is, right? All of us have those doubts growing up. All of us, especially if, like I said, if you're one of those, if you're part of one of the marginalized communities, you tend to double down on yourself even more and really judge yourself more than other people who judge themselves. Like, as a woman, I have personally, I don't know if this makes sense, but I as a woman, I tend to judge myself more than any man would judge himself. Maybe you relate. And society judges us too. So just society judges marginalized people a lot. So yeah, I keep this on my workspace because it reminds me to not judge myself, to remind me that I deserve good things, that I am doing good by myself and by other people, and that's what matters. So, and I really love the message. Like for this, for example, I am reclaiming my sensuality and joy. It's so easy to forget that pleasure and sensuality are such important parts of our lives. And for example, I'm honoring my instincts. We are so many times we're told to deny our instincts and to just think practically, whereas when instincts can save your lives, your instincts can tell you what is out of balance and can help you reclaim it, right? So these messages are so good in terms of reminding us to really connect with our body and our mind and our soul holistically. That's what I really love about these cards. It's just beautiful. And it tells you once again, like for example, I am resting, my rest is reverence, my stillness is sacred. I mean, how amazing is this? I am falling in love with this deck all over again. Because our world is just so obsessed with being productive, being on the move, working all the time. And if you say no, then it means that you're some loser who doesn't deserve a second chance, or that you shouldn't have been hired, blah blah blah. It's just ridiculous if you ask me. But to remind yourself that what, rest is sacred, you deserve to take rest, you deserve your time off. I think it's one of the most beautiful things about this deck is that it helps you remember what you deserve, and what you deserve is something far greater than what other people give you credit for, or far greater than what other people allow. So you deserve way more than what you're getting, because you are amazing, because you're human, you're delicate, you have your vulnerabilities, and that's okay. That doesn't make you any less of a person who's worthy of respect. And as long when you start to recognize that you deserve good things in life, you deserve having your boundaries respected, you deserve having your needs met, and then other people will believe it too. So this is the last card of this deck, and yeah, this deck is fabulous. Like, I cannot believe that I did not know about this creator. I mean, she's pretty new in terms of her Etsy shop, which I think was kind of created end of 2021, if I am remembering this correctly. So yeah, this deck is fabulous, and I would heartily recommend this deck to everyone. So if you and for me, more than affirmation, for me these are empowerment cards, the way I look at them, because they remind you that you are a powerful individual, and they empower you to tap into that hidden potential that you have, which has been buried under years of judgment and both self judgment and judgment by others, and it helps you reclaim that part of yourself. So for me, this is like a reclaim deck, a reclamation of your personal self and your personal power and your personal agency. It's an empowerment deck. So and after it completes these two processes of reclamation and empowerment, then it's an affirmation, because once you have realized your potential, you need to keep affirming it to yourself, so that power continues to flow through you. So in the third stage, to me, it sort of is the affirmation. But for me, first it's a reclamation deck, because it reclaims your power. Then it's an empowerment deck. It empowers you to leverage that power and to become your best possible version. And then it's an affirmation deck, because when you keep affirming to yourself that you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are loved, you deserve good things, then that power becomes more permanent. So yeah, I highly recommend the human and delicate deck of affirmation cards. You can find it on Etsy. I will put the link down below. You know what, and follow her account. She's really good. She's such a sweetheart. So go say hello. And yeah, buy this deck. You also have a lot of other prints like this, not just this kind. You have so many others, artsy ones as well, that you can purchase. She ships around the world, as far as I know, because like I said, she shipped to India. The package came beautifully wrapped, and she even adds a birthday card if you want to, and a birthday message if you want to send it out to someone as a gift. In particular, I do want to recommend this deck for people who have teens or young or growing children, mainly because, or if you know growing children in your life, mainly because these messages are so empowering. Like I said, it really helps reduce the emotional stress and burden that young kids, especially teenagers, go through. And I'm sure you remember, if you're an adult, you remember your teenage years, the kind of conditioning you would have received from your peers, the kind of bullying that many people would have faced. It's a very tough time emotionally, and I think the human and delicate affirmation cards is going to be a wonderful gift to any teen or a preteen who is at that cusp of adulthood, who is experiencing those mixed feelings, those challenges of growing as an adult but also still feeling as a child, of being in an environment that is very toxic, especially these days. The environment for kids is just really toxic, right? What with the kind of things that are shown on social media, the desensitization to violence and so on. I just feel like, especially because my mom works with kids, and when I showed her this deck, and she was like, this deck is perfect for kids. And so yeah, please go ahead and give this to the children in your life, that is your preteens and your teenagers, because they can really use this little spoonful of delicate love, and this generous hug of support that this deck offers, and it'll really help them sort out through any of those emotional challenges that they're facing, whether at school or at home or anything. So, and it'll really help them, I feel it really help them develop their personality more holistically, as opposed to facing and living in the trauma of being being labeled, being bullied, and so on. So yeah, I think this deck is fabulous. Okay, I cannot say enough good things about this deck. So go check it out. I will link human and delicate's Etsy shop below in the description, and go grab yourself this deck. It is fabulous. All right, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I will see you in another video on South Asian Mystic. And till then, stay safe, stay empowered. Remember, you are loved. Remember, you are supported, and if you need any help, just ask for it. All right, take care everyone. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week. Bye bye.